Max Scherzer is officially a New York Met. Oh my gosh! What's good, Mets Nation? Welcome back to Mets Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to give you guys my thoughts and my reaction to the news that Max Scherzer has signed a 3-year contract with the New York Mets with a record-breaking deal, $130 million in total, the highest AAV of all time. I think it's around $43 million per year. Steve Cohen, thank you for getting this done. Mets Nation has been waiting all night long, all the way up until the morning. Mets Twitter was going crazy. This was probably the most anticipated signing the Mets have had, and I can't even tell you how long. Every single Mets fan's on board with this, and I'm so happy it finally got done because last night, as you guys know, we were all on our phones. We're on Twitter. We're on Draft Next Marks, Twitter Spaces. We're on Wardy NYM's YouTube stream. Everybody's going crazy all over the place, just refreshing Twitter, waiting for the news to be broke. We get countless tweets from all these different people saying, oh, the deal's close, the deal's close. Well, when is it going to be finalized? I'm so sick of seeing these tweets that it's going to be finalized, and it's not. Well, here we are today, guys. Max Scherzer is officially a New York Met, and he will join Jacob deGrom at the top of the Mets rotation, and I think that's going to be one of the best duos, a 1-2 punch of a rotation I've ever seen, and I cannot believe this is actually happening. And, you know, Mets fans, we know Max Scherzer better than anybody else. We had to deal with him for the past decade. And, man, even myself, I grew up not really liking Max Scherzer. Not because he's a bad player, because I didn't like the way he played, just because he always absolutely obliterated the Mets. And I was so sick of it. I'm like, yo, whenever the Mets have to face up against Max Scherzer, I had no confidence against him. His numbers against us at Citi Field are just absolutely astronomical. This is such a big signing for the Mets for so many reasons. It really shows you that Steve Cohen is legit. You know, he became our owner last year. He made that big splash by trading for Francisco Lindor, giving him that big contract. That was like his first big deal. And then now we get a new GM in the building, and Billy Epler. He deserves a lot of credit as well. He's done a great job, and he literally just got hired as the GM like last week or 2 weeks ago, and now he's already signed 4 players in the span of like 3 or 4 days. So Billy Epler deserves a lot of credit, but this is a really good sign for the Steve Cohen era because the Mets are finally acting like a big market team. You know, we've been waiting as Mets fans for so long to be able to be in the hunt with the big fish in the market every single offseason. Every single offseason, the Mets are usually in on all the, you know, tier B or tier C guys, and we don't have the luxury to be able to go above the luxury tax and get those big guys. And now we get Steve Cohen given the richest contract in MLB history in terms of AAV, and then he gave Francisco Lindor the 3rd richest contract of all time. So Steve Cohen's not messing around. He said he's going to open up the bank when he needs to the most, and this is a perfect investment. I know some people are a little concerned because Max Scherzer's 37 years old. We gave him that big contract. But guys, Max Scherzer is an absolute alpha dog. His mentality is ridiculous. He's the most fierce competitor in baseball, and I'm not concerned about that. If you watch what he did with the Nationals last year and then with the Dodgers, I mean, he was on a Cy Young award winning season until I think he had 2 bad starts at the end of the year, so we really couldn't be able to win that award. But Max Scherzer has been a top 5 Cy Young candidate since 2013. I think he was not only once in that 2020 season. But Max Scherzer's been consistently dominant year in and year out. And just because he's 37 years old, I do not think he's going to be losing anything. I don't think he's going to go down. I think he's just getting better and better as he does with age. If you guys see what Jacob deGrom is doing, he's on that same exact trajectory. deGrom's getting better with age. Some pitchers, they just evolve mentally. They get better with their mechanics. They get better with what they want. They just get a better feel for the game. And that's exactly what Max Scherzer is going to bring. The energy in Queens when he's on the mound is going to be astronomically insane, and this is just such a big moment for Mets fans because this offseason, going into it, there's so much mayhem going on. We need a brand new front office. We need a brand new manager. We don't even have a manager yet, which is the funniest part of this all. We need a lot of new players. This is the second offseason of Steve Cohen, and this is the biggest question. Like, is he going to be able to make some big splash moves? Because if you guys remember, you know, not even a week ago when we missed out on Steven Matz, all of a sudden everybody was like, I know a majority of Mets fans did not watch Steven Matz, and I didn't either, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. But Steve Cohen got upset with Steven Matz's agent, as you guys know. We called him out on Twitter, and at that moment, the Mets did not make any signing, so we're scratching our heads. And some Mets fans are like, okay, what is Steve Cohen? Is he going to open up the bank? Is Billy Epler going to be aggressive? What's going on? Because everybody is, you know, making moves, and the Mets are sitting back. And all of a sudden, they signed 3 players in one day on Friday, and then they pivot all the way into Max Scherzer throughout the weekend, and they act like a big market team, and they offer Max Scherzer a ridiculous contract like they should, because that's what you got to do. We know that Max Scherzer probably was like on the edge of going to the Mets because, you know, he has a, you know, inner rivalry with us, but now we're joining. I mean, how many times have you seen NL East players just swap around? You know, Zach Wheeler's in Philly right now. I can go on to all these different, you know, comparisons of all these players in the National League East Division. They always go from team to team. So now Max Scherzer is going from being a Washington National to the LA Dodgers and now a New York Met. And we got him. And the best part about this is we don't have to worry about facing this man because, like I said in the beginning of the video, guys, I hate facing Max Scherzer. So that's really my reaction right now, my raw reaction. It was a long night last night and a long morning this morning waiting for the news to be finalized. Please leave a comment down below your thoughts about the news, guys. Max Scherzer is officially a New York Met. I still doesn't feel real to me. I never really expected in a million years that this guy would want to come to Queens, but here we are. Him and Jacob deGrom are going to form the 1-2 punch of the ages. Guys, smash that like button if you guys enjoyed, and please subscribe to the channel if you're new to Mets Media. I'll be posting all content throughout the offseason leading up until the opening day. So I appreciate all the support here on Mets Media, guys. Let's go Mets. Mad Max, welcome to Queens, baby. Woo, let's go. Peace.